Yeah, right, let's do a little bit more on the Archimedes Bryozoan. Again, I'm just gonna go at it with a 22 gauge hypodermic, a little bit at a time. I wish I could uncover this really fast and show you all how cool it looks, but I can't. That's just how it is. It's a really delicate prep job. This thing is gonna be roughly about the thickness of this needle. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe close to, say the 18 gauge. I don't even know if it'll be that. Maybe 20 gauge needle is how thick each of these fronds will be if I get it completed the way I want it to be, which would be all the matrix removed down to the fossil itself. That's gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna take a whole lot of time. Like I said in the last video, I don't know how many hours I've already put into this to get it to the point that it's at. I posted pictures on the web of what it looked like at the start, roughly what it looks like now. I mean, you're talking tons of hours. Sure, it was quick at first, well, seemed quick at first as I was taking off big chunks out in here, working my way down. Now I'm at the point that it's gotta be nothing but detail work, because I don't know what lies beneath, where it stops, where it starts. I just have to remove teeny tiny amounts at a time until I get there. Like, okay, you see this darkener here, that's fossil. You see the light stuff like right here, that's just matrix, just rock. Limestone. Limestone's what I'm dealing with here. I don't know the technical details of how it's preserved. Like, in my opinion, it's all limestone, but some of it's obviously harder than other parts, that is, because right here in the lighter stuff, it just rakes away easy. Dark stuff, yeah, I can rake the dark stuff away, the actual fossil itself, but it's a little bit harder. You can see a little bit of difference. Sometimes limestone has a little bit bigger crystallization. Then again, there's different hardnesses of limestone. Limestone technically is considered whatever hardness on the Mohs scale. I don't know offhand. I'm not smart enough to remember all of it offhand. But then again, at the same time, I know how to find the information. But there are different hardnesses to limestone. There's some limestone that I wouldn't be able to pick at it with little needles like this because the crystallization in it is too big, too hard. This is fine-grained limestone overall, except for a few chunks here and there. It's got calcite, I assume. I don't know all the geology stuff. I know basics, very, very basics. But I know prep. I know how to look for shapes, find shapes. I know how to find fossils. And I know how to get them out of rock. That's my specialty. Everybody has a little bit of a specialty on this kind of stuff. There are some people that can identify this stuff all the time. Like nail ID. I can't ID very well at all. There are some people that can locate the formations and lead you to new areas to find fossils. I'm not very good at that either. I am really good, though, in my opinion, for what it's worth, at getting the fossil out of the rock and finding the fossil to begin with. That is my specialty in all this. I notice details. That's what makes me good at finding. It's what makes me good at getting it out of the rock. Knowing how to get it out of the rock is just understanding the rock. Knowing about the rock, seeing the rock like this. It crumbs up, little bitty it's little bitty particles all stuck together. Some of the stuff, bigger particles, way harder. What is limestone? Limestone is nothing more than calcium carbonate, which is skeletons of stuff like clams, bivalves, brachiopods, coral, ectoderms. And if I pronounce the stuff wrong, I am sorry. You know I'm gonna do it. But this stuff will dissolve really easy in acids. Of course, the bigger the crystallization of it, the bigger the particles of it, the harder bits of limestone. It's going to take longer to dissolve in acid than, say, this light stuff. But if I were to drip, say, vinegar on here, you'd see it fizz. Hydrochloric acid's going to fizz a lot more. Different levels, percentages of acidity of vinegar will have more fizz. I don't really want to use chemicals on this because I don't want to harm the fossil. The dark stuff will scar as acid dissolves it. I don't want that. I'm going to accidentally scar some of it with a scratch from the hard metal. It's just going to happen. There are spots that's going to have some damage due to my prep. Pretty much any prep you do on a fossil is going to cause some scarring. Even if it's microscopic, it's going to have scarring. I don't think there's any non-intrusive, I guess, prep that won't harm the fossil in even the most microscopic of ways. I can use chemicals. It'll eat away at this stuff here too. It'll get rid of this stuff that's a little bit softer first, but it's gonna etch the fossil just like it would etch glass. I could use micro abrasives and blast it. Think sandblasting, but micro level. Same time, same thing. It's gonna eat away at the softer stuff first. It's also going to eat away at the outer layers of the fossil. I just feel I have more control with the needles than I do with anything else. There are spots that are going to be damaged because of the needles, but there are overall mostly spots that won't have any damage because the needle broke the rock away. All prep's going to cause some kind of damage, even if it's only on the microscopic level. At least from what I know. Maybe I'm not the best at prep. There are people that are pros at it, make money at it, do it for a living. Overall, though, there's got to be some kind of microscopic damage to fossil itself.